हरिः ॐ ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै शांति शांति शांतिः। यतो वाचो निवर्तन्ते अप्राप्य मनसा सह आनन्दं ब्रह्मणो विद्वान् न विभेति कुतश्च नेति। He who knows the bliss of Brahman, from which all words return without reaching it, together with the mind, is not afraid of anything. This verse is from Taittiriya Upanishad. In this human world, there is one thing that is common to all human beings, no matter how different may be the external nature of their lives. Their food, clothing, appearance, language, customs and traditions, everything may be different, but one thing is common. What is that common factor? No one wants to suffer pain or sorrow. You can ask anyone, do you wish to be in pain? Everyone will say no, and no one likes to be oppressed by any type of fear. Fear is something that is perceived as a great oppressing force. Everyone wants happiness, joy, and bliss. Everyone wants to be fearless. Therefore, these are the common factors among all human beings. Is such attainment possible in today's world where there are so many causes for fear, anxiety, worry, and even dread? Where terrorism unfortunately is on the rise and large sectors of mankind seem overcome with a dire, impelling desire to kill, destroy, and wreak havoc. In such a world, is it possible to become fearless and free and at the same time to have supreme bliss? Yes. This sloka says that beyond the grasp of mind and speech, which means that human language cannot describe it, there exists a great reality. If that great reality is realized, one instantly becomes fearless and free. One becomes sorrowless and filled with bliss. Who will not want it? Everyone is seeking only this. God didn't send us here to suffer and fear, to weep and wail. No. God's plan for human beings is to reach a state of fearlessness and supreme bliss and joy. Knowing this, let us cooperate with His wonderful plan and wisely do all that is needful to attain that supreme state by making this human vehicle an instrument of devotion, sadhana, and yogic practice. Just as a mirror covered with thick, black, sticky smoke has to be cleaned a number of times to make it completely pure and capable of giving a clear reflection, similarly, the mirror of our mind, which is consciousness bliss in its original state, is covered by the smoke of ignorance and desire. It is these that are removed in successive stages by dedicated sadhana. Although we say after each cleaning that the mirror is becoming more and more clear, it is important to remember that the mirror by itself is always clean and capable of clear reflection. It is the smoke or the dirt which covered it that is removed in stages every time it is cleaned. Similarly, In our innermost spiritual consciousness, we are ever a shining center of peace and joy. We are full of purity, full of love, full of compassion, full of harmony, full of unity, full of light. We are Jyoti Shang api tat Jyoti tamasat paramuchyate. We are the light of lights beyond all darkness. And we are unutterable bliss. Those who have experienced this highest state have declared Brahman prevails as bliss and bliss alone. We are ever rooted in this bliss. We ever abide in this bliss. In our true essential being as a spiritual essence, we ever abide in this bliss. To try to become aware of our real identity of the inner center of our being is the essence of spiritual practice. For from that awareness only can we unfold our divine identity. God is nearer to us than the nearest object in this universe. He is nearer to us than our life's breath, nearer than our hands and feet. He is the very self of our being, the very basis of our being. When a beautiful long-stemmed flower is put in a tall vase filled with water, not only does the vase support it and keep it upright, but the life-giving water sustains its life and keeps it fresh and blooming. In the same way, every creature on earth, every form of life derives its life from God who upholds it. Because it is in God, it also lives in God, for God is life. God is the source of all life. If we are alive, it is because of His living presence within, which is life itself. He is Sat Chit Ananda, existence, consciousness, bliss absolute. His existence, therefore, we exist. We think, feel, move and are vitally alive because He is within us as Chit, as luminous consciousness. If only we can maintain the purity of this inner essence of our being, we should learn to live continuously in its awareness and learn to keep continuous stream of this awareness as our life breath. Then we will find that we also abide in bliss. All other experiences are merely relative, existing in the plane of phenomenality and duality. All other experiences pertain to the dimension of the intellect, mind and body, to the plane of the physical and psychological, which is always subject to change. This is a world of transience, a world of the ever-changing pairs of opposites, sweet and bitter, pleasure and pain, joy and sorrow. But the essence of our being has nothing to do with this dimension of phenomenality, for it is not in the relative plane of time and space. That is why the shloka says all words return without reaching it, together with the mind. The physical and the psychological experiences cannot reach it. That state of being is pure bliss. It is pure peace and joy in which we are free and fearless. He who knows the bliss of Brahman is no more afraid of anything. Therefore, let us be wise. Let us make use of this life for the attainment of this supreme destiny, becoming filled with bliss. Let us become truly fearless forever. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti